Welcome to the bold analysis. There is a latest twist in the plan to hold prayers. And I analyzed earlier that for me, I welcome that direction of the prayers aspect because for long in the run up to last general election, Raila was branded as a man who was anti church. And so that tag really was a big burden in the last year's big burden to Raila in the last year's general election. According to reports, Raila announced that on Wednesday next week they were going to hold some prayers at the gate of the IEBC. But the latest development here is that they are going to hold that prayer rally. I think it's just another rally at the Jivanjee Gardens. So those who know Jivanjee is not far from IEBC. Probably the plan would be to go to IEBC, maybe shortly at the gate, make that a small someone, then go and hold a rally in the Jivanjee. Now, the real why that is a bit interesting, and I can tell you that it's triggering a lot of debate, is because the Jivanjee is where Bunge la Wananchi team used to sit. That's where they used to hold all those sessions and talking about things that are going on. But after Gaucho team led some 2 demonstrations, I think, in some street protest there, they were ejected from that place forcefully by the police, and that place over, and so it has not been going on. That is why most of them now have been resorting to Jacaranda as their Bunge la Wananchi. So the Bunge la Wananchi was actually ejected from that place. So going back there would be also a ploy to maybe return them there. The scare was that by that they were taking the politics to CBD, and of course, those who want to discuss politics kidogo before waingie kwa ofisi za serikali ama before waingie kazi, walikuwa wanaingia hapo wanapiga siasa kidogo ndio wanaenda kazi. And I think they realized that is a disinformation messaging, political messaging center, rather political dissemination, messaging dissemination center. They found that place a bit highly volatile in terms of how political messages are now getting out. So I will see that probably it's also an opportunity for them to go back there. And one of the things they would lobby for is for them to be allowed to go back there. The press aspect is just to boost and engage the population and just give it a credibility so that the police will not see, it's not more of a service, but the police will not see it as a protest. But what we must agree is that Raila is going to CBD. Finally, he's going to CBD. And this is what, when the rally started, they've been daring. There is that amorphous group known as Nairobi Business Community. I don't know the others are not doing business. some 4 or 5 people who normally sit around corner and call some few journalists, then call themselves Nairobi Business Community. Or say daring that don't come to CBD, or usiharibu vitu zetu here and there. That has been going on. Now, that issue of praying, that plan of praying is actually coinciding with the selection, or rather the selection panel, with the selection process of the new IEBC commissioners. Now, today, on 16th, that is, President Ruto named the selection panel that will spearhead the process of picking new IEBC commissioners and the chairman. I think those names were taken to Parliament for vetting. Then they will start that work. While Azimio have insisted that they want to be part of that process, and William Ruto should not be left single-handedly to do it. Something that I do insist that to some extent the Constitution gives the president a lot of powers in some of roles that would actually need bit of participation of other players. For example, a body as that of IEBC, after the selection panel, the names will go to president. Even the person who picks the selection panel, members of the selection panel, is the president. Even though wanatoka PSC, public service, nini, there's that amendment, but president's hand in it, you cannot rub off. So why do you think Azimio camp are changing tact and now heading straight to CBD? That's it. Why are they going to Nairobi CBD? Kindly subscribe to our channel, click the notification bell, and also like our video. Thank you very much for those who are supporting us from different parts of the globe. Asanteni sana. We do this every day because of your support and you keep us moving. I know that's what many want to say. You keep us moving. Raila is going to CBD. I want to believe that could be they've also got the nod from the city governor, who has been blamed for long for having worked with Azimio. I am seeing, from where I'm seated, there is what I'm going to look out for next week about this move. The potency of Kenyans, the potency of street protests. Or whether Kenyans, I'm going to look at whether Kenyans would embrace hardcore street engagement, street process. Will they join hardcore street process? And I know those who have been speaking about Mandamano, and it has never happened because what has been going on at People's Baraza would likely plant proxies within that, or rather even create some sort of commotion, so that now they call it violence, get the photos and the videos, and now run the Mandamano propaganda. So one I'm going to look at, and the reason why that to me is a bit is a keen observation I want to make is, if you look at CBD and the others, hizo zingine zimekuwa kwa like Jacaranda iko mahali watu wanaishi karibu na slum. Kibera is also close to the slum. So there is already an audience, there is already support base there that it's already created, so it doesn't need more mobilization now. For those who are going to attend it in Jivanjee, for those who will go to Jivanjee, they will go, number one, that one thing that will have to make is that they are brave. As in, because kutakuwa na zile vitisho za hatukuji, usikuje, nini, tutakuwa na hizo vitisho, and there could not be a scare of them being dispersed or the police making some force on them. So, number one, I am going to look at it this way. Kenya is going to embrace, because for those who will get to Jivanjee, number one, it will be that Koroje City. Number two, they resonate with the messaging. That could be it. The second aspect is I will want to point out, to look at how the security teams will respond. Now, Raila already have that Defense for Movement Democracy staff, and they're the ones that he's been moving with them in these other rallies, one after the other. While at one point, the CS in charge of interior security was actually blaming, saying that team is just another militia. Going to CBD, there are a lot of eventualities that can happen. Number one, they can cause disruptions. It's possible. Going there, some small traffic here and there. The bad boys can also be planted there to start doing some cheeky stuff. And how would the police then go after the Azimio? Remember, that place where they're going to that, and then where they even picked that Jivanjee. Lit about it. It will also be, I think they also decided to choose that place to choose CBD too. They just wanted to know, go to CBD. Can we even be allowed to go to CBD? Let's start there. Now, I'm also going to look at how this is going to set up Ruto to do things that will make Azimio look like oppressed. In fact, Ruto is being set up by this move to go to Jivanjee. And it's an attempt that will, depending on how we might handle them, will actually propagate the fact that Azimio is a group that are being oppressed. Or rather suppressed. If you deny them, deny maybe nini license kwenda hapo, or any other mishap that will be against the state. So that's one observation. And the last one I want to make is the media coverage of it. Now you go town. The others we normally cover about town, we normally discover about crowds and so. But in CBD, I don't think you're going to talk. Maybe you're going to look at the crowds. Yes, I'm really about the crowds. But I think they've been limiting the way it's being covered. So let's also see when there are prayers. So is it going to be covered the way the Nyayo one was covered? I saw Nyayo being live streamed for like 3 hours, and I was like, sasa hiyo hata ilikuwa kitu ya news ya ku air at 3 hours, But I later realized that it was a paid airtime. So if it's a paid airtime, it's fine. Remember, it was paid for Valentine's Prayer Day. What are you checking out? For you, what are you waiting to see from that move to Jivanjee? And why is Raila going to CBD? That's going to be, and in fact, I think even the Ruto team are going to find themselves in some dilemma. What do we do? They have not been seeing police in those other rallies. Now are they now going to send police? Yeah, they've not been sending police. Now, if you don't send police, things might also go bad. Blame yourself for it. But I don't think is it, because they have been trying to keep it very peaceful. Now, you can also send police and the things mess, because there is that hostility. Remember, they had also been sent out of that place, ejected from that place using the security officers. So, ladies and gentlemen, that's my end. We're all waiting for Kisu rally. But then, that's my take on the move to go to CBD.